If you've been in the anime or manga community, you've probably heard the term shonen jump. Shonen jump is a genre and is the way a manga or anime is formatted. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about my favorite to least favorite shonen series. Because I own a lot of them, and I want to yap about manga. So let's get into this. Now, my favorite shonen series is probably one of my favorite manga or anime ever created. It's my second favorite manga created. Is Sakamoto Days. I only have 2 of the volumes. And it's fucking awesome. I love Sakamoto Days so much. It is so good. The story is so good. I can't wait for season 2 to come out. Because when it does, I'm going to wait for all the episodes to come out so I can binge it in a day. Speaking of, I should probably get working on JJK. No, I'm too lazy. I thought this was falling over. So, every time I'm done talking about a series, I'm going to put the series back on my shelf. Next series is one that is very, very popular for a good reason. It's Dawn to Dawn. I binged this anime in a day. It's very good. I like the art style. The premise is a little weird, I will say. The premise is a little weird. But I like it, and that's all that matters in my opinion. So Dawn to Dawn going back on the shelf. Next is a sub thing of Shonen Jump. It's Death Note. It's by SJA. I don't know what SJA means, but I'm pretty sure that means it's produced by Shonen Jump, just a sub-series in Shonen Jump. Yes, this is produced by Shonen Jump Advance, which I'm counting as the same thing. Because they're basically the same thing. I like Death Note. I like the art style. I like the premise around it is really good. I think the main character could be a little bit better, but main character is pretty cool. Oh, Death Note going back on the shelf. Now is a recent pickup. I actually picked this up yesterday because the anime, in my opinion, is really good. It's Hunter x Hunter. Now, I really don't want to get caught up to this series until the series ends, but seeing the recent blow up in my manga collecting, I will probably get caught up in a couple of months. I like the art style. The main character has good intentions. I really hope the mangaka finishes the series because it's kind of been on hiatus for a long time. I think a couple new chapters came out recently, but I'm really going to collect the volumes and I'm not going to read the chapters online. This next one is a really good series in my opinion. It's a decently old. And I picked up 4 volumes to this series yesterday. It's Naruto. I picked these 4 volumes up yesterday to just add to my Naruto because I want to finish Naruto at some point. I like Naruto. I like the art style. I like the different arcs. I like the main character. So yeah, it's just your basic shonen series. It's probably one of the safest shonen series to go with. That's not true. That's not true. This is not the safest shonen to go with. But it is up there for one of the safest. I'm going to put these back on my shelf. I gotta do one more thing. Next is a series that season 3 just dropped. Like, I think a day ago. Maybe 2, I don't really know. And, if you're a big anime fan, you probably know what I'm talking about. Talking about One Punch Man. I love this series. So far, I've watched like one episode of the anime. It's got great animation. I love the main character. I love the art style. And yes, I do believe Goku could beat him in a fight. This is probably one of the safest shonen series to go with. Next, you've probably heard about this series even if you're not an anime fan or manga fan. You probably heard this because of how long it is. Yeah, you probably know what it is just based off of me saying that. It's One Piece. I only have One Piece 108, so I don't really understand what's going on, but I like the art style. The art is a little too much for me. Like, I can hardly focus on the dialogue. Like, I can hardly tell what's going on. But this has chapters 189 to 1100. Or 1089 to 1100. Damn, if it was 189, there would be a lot of chapters in this. Next is a series people say make you gay, but I don't understand where that logic comes from. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The art style is phenomenal. Like, I'm not going to show you that. Like, look at that. This is art. Somebody drew that. Who drew this? Who's the mangaka for this? Hiko Araki. Hirohiko Araki. I think I butchered that name. Don't flame me in the comments. I don't know Japanese. Now, this next series takes up a majority of my collection. I have 1 through 22. 23 is coming in the mail. Its series is Demon Slayer. This is not everything I own. The other parts of Demon Slayer that I have are in a separate stack. So this is 1 through 14. No, 1 through 13. So, and this is 14 through 22. I have caught up to the chapters that I own. I have read all of this. I'm going to probably end up reading the chapters online because I just love Countdown Till Dawn. I love this arc. It's so good. And since I own a majority of this, I can actually say which of the volumes is my favorite, and my favorite volume is definitely number 20. I like Kokoshibo's backstory. His backstory is really good. If you haven't read it, or like you're reading through the manga for the first time and you don't know what happens, you're in for a treat because it's really good. That is not all the Demon Slayer I have. And I put them on my shelf out of order. Fuck. If you've read the first volume and you don't know if you want to continue reading, the first volume sets up the story pretty good, but it doesn't get good until around volume like 5. The volume 5 has one of the best chapters in my opinion. It has chapter, right? This has chapter 19. That's chapter 40. Chapter 40 is awesome. It's peak. The anime is better. Like, if you're gonna consume Demon Slayer, you should probably watch the anime. But I'm not gonna stop you if you want to read the manga, because the manga is as great as the anime is. Well, that's actually not true. The anime is better because of the animation, but that's just me. And like I keep saying, I like the main character, I like the premise, I like the art style. Next is a very, 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 very popular series. You probably know what the series is because of your younger cousin or your friends. And if you're trying to get into anime and manga, you should probably start with this because this is a really safe option. Demon Slayer, I would say if you're getting into anime and manga, you should probably read or watch that first because it basically just sets up what anime is as a whole. Or if you want to go crazy and you don't like your mental stability, you should read Berserk first. This manga is so peak. Like, it's really for people that like dark fantasy horror, which isn't something I knew I liked until I played Elden Ring. Or no, Bloodborne. And watch the Berserk anime. Don't watch the Berserk anime. Don't. It'll fuck you up. I mean, the manga will fuck you up just as equally, but there's no really good Berserk anime adaptation. Unless you like CGI, then the 2016 Berserk anime is your pot, or your sweet spot, I guess. But anyway, the series I'm talking about is Dragon Ball. Well, what I was talking about before Berserk is Dragon Ball. I own the first of the original Dragon Ball. I do not like this as much as I like Dragon Ball Super. That's probably a hot take, but the covers are identical. I think Akira Toriyama did that on purpose. I don't know, though. I was really confused when I was reading, and I was like, who is Shenlong? I thought it was Shenron. It's just the, what's it called? Translation, I guess. Because in One Piece, Zoro's name is actually Zolo. It's just translation errors, I guess. And they kind of just stick to calling him Zoro and didn't change it. So when you're talking to a One Piece fan and they're like, oh yeah, my favorite character is Zoro or Zolo, then they probably consume the manga more than the anime. This next series, I'm very much an OG to, but I am not caught up to, is Spy Family. I've been collecting Spy Family since 2 was released. And once I got 3, it was the most recent, and I was caught up until 4 came out, and I do not own 4 through, is it 14 are released? The only manga I'm remotely close to catching up with is Demon Slayer. Which is weird, because, in my opinion, there's so many more better manga and anime. For example, Vinland Saga. If you're just getting into anime and manga, okay. If you like reading, and you like good stories, and you don't even collect manga, read Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga is so good. It's like Berserk, but less traumatizing. So, Spy Family goes back on the shelf. Ugh. What company is this produced by? I think Shonen Jump? Oh, it's not even produced by Viz. Okay, if you're wondering what manga I was looking at Sailor Moon, because I thought it was produced by Shonen Jump, but I couldn't tell. This next series, I think, is super mid. I'm actually going to put it after the series, after this on my shelf. This series is kind of mid. I liked it. I was actually caught up to it for a little bit. Like, I read the chapters online, but it's been a couple years, and a lot of chapters have been released. I'm talking about Komi Can't Communicate. I On the first volume, I like the art style, and that's about it. I do not like the main character. Whoop, that's my bad. I do not like the main character. He's kind of annoying. I don't really like Comey too much. I don't like the premise. My parents are watching football. So this series I actually really enjoy, even though the hate online is very much deserved because of the fandom. I heavily enjoy this series. It's My Hero Academia. This is also a really safe option if you're trying to get into anime, except for a couple characters like Miss Midnight and Mount Lady. Which, me personally, I'm not a pervert, but I really like Miss Midnight. I really like Miss Midnight. I don't know why. I do not like Mount Lady, however. I would have to say, if we're talking favorite character standpoint, Todoroki is my favorite character. And then after that is Best Jeanist, then the ninja guy that turns into silk, then Miss Midnight. So most of them are pros. Ugh. Oh my god. This last series I don't like because I don't like the sport. The main character is annoying and the art style is a little weird. I'm talking about Haiku. I do not like Haiku. But I have read this, and once I'm caught up to one more series, say Sakamoto Days. Once I'm caught up with Sakamoto Days and Dandadan, I'll start collecting this again. That is a joke. I don't think I'm ever going to collect more of this. But it's the first time for everything. If they announce a box set, I'll buy the box. Actually, I think there already is a box set. I don't know. If there's a box set, I might buy it and I might read it in a week and make a video on it. Speaking of reading things in a week, once I get it all, I'm going to read Demon Slayer in a week and I'm going to make a video on that. It is heavily inspired by my favorite manga creator. His name is Tenez. If you haven't watched any of the videos, go watch them. Because they're great and they're funny. In my opinion, they're funny. His favorite series is One Piece. And yeah, my favorite series is Berserk. So, like the video, subscribe, like, comment, and turn on the bell notifications. Have a blessed day. Bye.